At full volume. I get to talk over it.
Yep.
This is a microphone. Am I audible?
Yeah.
And they just shut the music off.
Yes.
Do I need the music?
Yeah.
Oh, this shuts off the music.
Yeah.
Ah, clever.
You
So
are
this
out.
is an anti-music microphone. Has my 15 minutes started yet?
Yes.
Okay. Neat. So, I sell books. I'm not Saturn Press because Saturn Press dissolved a long time ago. What's going on is, did you know there's a pandemic going on? Yeah. Now, I teach astronomy, and teaching astronomy is fun, but they have me only have online sessions available. I took some of the online training, enough to not be qualified to teach them, but enough to know that I hate that. Because it's essentially, teaching is part teaching and part administration. Online classes are all administration. They suck. I'm not going to do that. So that means I used up all my savings. Well, I've used up most of my savings, and so in the meantime, I'm trying to write books. One of my cheats is that I have all the time in the world to bind things. So you remember the old Rockets of the World supplements, 1999 through 2004? Yeah, I'm making those again because Jack's been doing them and he's been having them printed and selling them through ARA Press, which is a budget for him, except he didn't realize how cheap I can do the binding because I have a binding machine in my basement. So I have a load of Rockets of the World supplements, including my favorite 2001 Rockets of the Weird. I've gone through and fixed up lots of things so that there's fun errors that have been corrected. This is just my favorite spread because it's the RM2 and it's a really crazy rocket. But those are back. I've got them here. I've got a load of them out there. I'm selling tonight, on the field tomorrow for 20 bucks a copy. I'm not really doing mail order. Okay, you can send me 20 bucks in the mail and I'll send you something, but it's a pain in the neck, and if you have to use PayPal or a credit card or something, I'm not equipped for that. If you want to do that, Jack has them. He'll sell them to you for normal online things. I have 1 minute.
You're doing great. No, we're just making sure that the audio finally is doing what it's supposed to.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So I can now turn on, I can talk to you without the microphone, it doesn't matter? Yeah. Can you hear me without the microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it annoys me holding a thing. Yeah, there's probably a way to turn this off, but I'll leave it on because maybe that's magic. Okay, so anyway, if you want to buy Rockets of the World supplements, you can get them from me tonight or tomorrow. Then I go home tomorrow, and you can buy them from Jack, or you can buy them from, hopefully, Randy.
E-Rockets,
Yeah, E-Rockets. You're going to buy a bunch from me, right? So you can get them through him, or you can get them through ASP, and those guys are wonderful people, and you should send them money because then they'll send me money, and I can live, and they can live, and everybody's happy. Okay, aside from the supplements, there are some other rocket books, which some of them are old, like the first 7 centuries of rocketry. Those are really old. Those are like 700 years old. Then there's Rockets of Goddard. This is a pandemic new thing, and it's, what is it? 20 Rockets of Robert H. Goddard. A couple of these are brand new drawings that haven't been published. Then I've got 16 Rockets and Spaceflight Dreamers. A couple of these are drawings that have never been published, including the Geared 7, which is a really wacky rocket that is like cruciform wings. It's this thing, and you can't see it from back there. You'll have to come up and look at it in person and say, oh man, I want to build a model of that. I want to read about it. Okay, Rockets of World War II is a bit older. V2 Modeler's Painting Guide is a bit older, but everybody needs it because everybody loves V2s.
Plus it's been updated.
Yeah, and it's been updated.
Yeah.
It has the Reluctant Dragon in it. And the new thing for 2021, just in July I started shipping them out. There's a couple, Jack has them in stock, but you can buy them here. Selected USAF missiles of the Cold War, Atlas, Titan, Minuteman, Rascal, Beaumark A. And for people who like fins, there's, I think, 3 or 4 versions of the whatchamacallit, Falcon. And then there's Proto-Falcon, MX-904, which is another fin rocket, which you'd never heard of, but it existed. And the Genie has fins. So This is the new thing for everybody who always buys whatever I have new because you're habituated to it. And you're thinking, what do you have new? Just take my money. If you're that kind of person, I got a load of these. They're all neatly stacked up out there for me to sell you. 20 bucks, everything's 20 bucks, because I can't be bothered to run a real business. So I'm just thinking, if everything's 20 bucks, I don't have to make change. I've got a very few of these posters left. The 20-buck blue poster on heavy cardstock. It's a classic. I've got a small number. I don't know how many are here, and there's a few at home that I might be able to dig out of the basement. And there's this special edition poster, which is one that I used to sell for dirt cheap, but I'm broke, so I'm selling this thing for 10 bucks each. So if you want a cool Rockets of the World poster, I won't unfurl it here because I've only got mumble seconds to go, and I got to continue to other things. Okay, I've got two special cool things, so I better get a 5-minute warning in case I stop in the middle of these. The printing process back in the 20th century, the good old days, consisted of me submitting my artwork, which is printed out from a 20th century primitive computer, which I still use, and they would photograph this with a stat camera and get a negative of a page. And this negative is transparent. So you look at it and you could hold it up to a window and it looks pretty cool. Okay, these negatives for pages full of text are boring, but from the book Retro Rockets, I've extracted all the pages that have drawings on them. So all of those drawings are here looking like spiffy negative blueprints. And I'm trying to sell them for 20 bucks a pop. Everyone is unique, individual, and I'll sign them if you want me to mess them up, or you can have them in pristine condition, you know, suitable for framing against a white background, or have, you know, tape them to your window so you have blueprint shadows all over your morning when you get up, and so you know there's early rocketry, so that's cool. So that's thing one. Got a notebook full of these things. I'll have it out in the other room unless somebody kicks me out of the other room for having too much stuff there. I don't know. Okay. Does anybody remember my first book ever?
Yes.
Yes, it was called
Scale Model Rocketry.
Scale Model Rocketry. I was digging around looking at old crap, and I had a mislabeled box. And in that mislabeled box were 3 copies of Scale Model Rocketry.
Oh my God.
Okay, these are all like fresh virgin copies. They're not scraped up. The cover's not laminated, so the covers kind of get crudted up. So one of the copies is this one here. Because it's rare, and I'll kick myself if I let it go for cheap. If anybody wants to fork over $100 for this thing, you've got a one-of-a-kind rare book. Now, I said I found 3 copies. One of them I'm keeping in reserve, but another one is an odd case. When I got this thing printed up, for some reason, I asked for an unbound copy. I think I had ambitions of maybe getting it hardbound or something. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I actually have some neat plastic covers to protect the non-laminated front and back covers. So I'm gonna, these covers are too big because it's a little smaller than that. Well, that was a dumb idea. But I have the original covers, and it's an unbound, the original signatures, ready to be bound, and it is Rockets of the World, Scale Model Rocketry. Scale Model Rocketry was before Rockets of the World. Half of it is a bunch of how-to stuff on scale modeling, and half of it is scale data that eventually grew into Rockets of the World. So these 2 rare items, if anybody wants to fork over $100 for a book that simply you can't get it for anything on eBay, and it is in essentially perfect condition, as perfect condition as you're going to find anywhere, I would be happy to take your money and use it to pay my condo fees. So, oops, I put this in the wrong box, which is a bad thing to do because if the box is too small to hold the book, I can't close the box.
Well,
So
it's like
anyway,
binding will scrape your pristine cover.
these are, yeah, it loses its pristinity. And so those are the cool things I have. $20 is my universal price except for my $100 rare book. The negatives, if you want one, suitable for framing with a plastic sheet protector included. Those are $20 each. The books are $20. The blue posters are $20. And if you're sitting here, I only have 10. You could get this old wonderful old poster. So whatever it is, I got stuff, and you know, that's my sales pitch. Or rather, that's my sales pitch, because I'm Pete, and I'm in sales. The whole country's my territory. Yeah, wait, no, never mind. Any questions? Any fistful of dollars coming up saying, take my money, please? No. Okay. Well, I have a bunch of stuff out there in case somebody does. Yes.
That's later.
That's later. Yeah, okay. Oh, questions are later?
No.
So, yeah, fistful of dollars
right?
after everybody else is done. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I was getting too excited. You know how that is. So anyway, let's get this out so somebody else can do their pitch, and you can give them fistfuls of dollars afterwards as well, so that lots of fistfuls of lots of dollars change hands and make everyone in the community one big, happy, wealthy family. And I should shut the hell up and let the next person talk.